Welcome to Victoria 3 ABC. Why ABC? Because I don't know any other language. Today is letter C for China. I really don't know why I chose China over Cuba because I have to say, Cuba is by far the better and more fun experience. Anyways, I started to spam social mobility decrees and make my army smaller and hunt for non landowner generals. Generals are good to increase a political party. Then I give everyone who can build something investment rights along with starting China's early industry. I then try to enact professional army just to weaken the landowners a little bit and strengthen the country. Then I eded Vietnam. I was gonna try to play tall, but they were right there for the taking, and they weren't gonna invest in China any other way. Kinda had to. Then I tried to jump from tenant farmers to homesteading for even weaker landowners. I'm not sure if it's the right call, but it makes the landowners weaker, but at the same time, the rural folk get stupidly strong due to China's giant peasant population. After I get agrarianism to pass, try to enact protectionism so I can roleplay the United States in 2026. I slowly begin to nationalize some foreign industries for that sweet, sweet government dividend. I eventually established the Jianong Weaving Bureau and the Onglong Shang Tea Company. Don't hate me, please. I can't pronounce things. And then I try to make the switch from agrarianism to interventionism to start building up a capitalist class a little faster. And I roleplay China and edit Tibet and open my borders partially. I don't exactly remember when, but the reason why I'm opening my borders now is because I took Portugal's treaty port. And then Russia decides to go after Kokand, which is in my power block. So I get a tributary out of this war. That's pretty cool. At the same time, I try to pass landed voting to liberalize. I got Kokand, and then it was pretty much railway and university spam. I would recommend building a lot more universities earlier in the campaign, as I kind of struggled to get qualified pops, so do that. Soon, China became a constitutional monarchy, and China and Russia are at war again. So I begin the process of robbing them of all their money and blowing their country apart. Then I try to pass restricted child labor, because why not? I've never seen this happen, but as China, I got the Opium Wars event against an Indian state. Let that sink in. So I finished my drug lord side quest and passed public schooling and tried to take up my taxing law to per capita. I won the Opium Wars as China, and I blew up Siberia. Then I established the Kaiping Mining Company and go to war with the United States to protect the Far East. After one disaster of an invasion in California, I try again. And for some reason, the US decided it'd be smart to put their entire army in Alaska, so I put my navy up there to weaken them, and they take forever to get back to California. So now I mobilize pretty much everybody in China, and I'm in California. And the whole point of the war was to make sure the US didn't get the Far East as a protectorate, but I got them as a tributary, so. And then China is at war with Russia. Again, more exploding to be had. I then make the switch from homesteading to commercialized agriculture. I don't know if it's better, but it weakens the peasants, and the peasants are stupidly strong. Then I try to enact national supremacy for the extra authority, only and no other reason. Russia goes boom yet again, and China becomes racist, so that's fun. And then I try to pass census suffrage. And at war with Russia again. And to calm the masses, I pass corporatized unions. Then Tibet rises up, probably because China is racist. And then I try to pass outlawed dissidents because radicals have become a serious problem. I wonder why. And due to that, the liberals rise up in a revolution. I win it. Then I raise my taxation law to graduated taxation, as it makes the most money for China at the moment, and decide children aren't meant for the mines, but instead school. They suffer more that way. And Russia. Then I decide women may deserve rights, and I try to become a corporate state so I can actually say C is for China and not for Qing. But I forgot to clean out my storage, so I ran out of video space. Corporate state passed. Russia. And the campaign hits its end all the way in 1936. If I'm to be honest, I don't like playing China. I think they're quite boring. So if you enjoyed my suffering, please subscribe.